Well, well, well. Looks like we have ourselves an impeachment. All right. House Judiciary Committee votes to impeach Trump, capping damaging testimony. What damaging testimony? What damaging testimony? There was no damaging testimony. Again, the testimony was all fields, and in fact, the Republicans tore apart the Democrats' narrative pretty dang efficiently the last couple of days, in my opinion. I'm confused at what they're saying. Damning testimony. Anyways, we all pretty much knew the impeachment was going to happen, and it happened exactly the way we kind of thought along party lines. I want to make sure that, yeah, okay, good. Washington. The House Judiciary Committee, in a historic vote that fell along party lines, approved articles of impeachment Friday against President Donald Trump, charging he abused his power as president and obstructed Congress. But where's the proof? There is no proof. Today is a solemn and sad day, Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler said after the vote in brief remarks. For the third time in a little over a century and a half, the House Judiciary Committee has voted articles of impeachment against the president for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The House will act expeditiously. The measures, which will most likely be voted on by the full House on Wednesday, were passed by the committee after weeks of damaging testimony about Trump's alleged conduct. Okay. What damaging testimony? It was a bunch of fields. It was a bunch of people overhearing things. It was a bunch of hearsay. Again, I gotta keep repeating it because everybody wants to say, oh, you're a Trump supporter. I am not. I support rule of law. I support equal application of the law. I support reason, and I support seeing facts. And when things don't make sense to me, I call it out. And this doesn't make sense. Why haven't we heard the most important testimony? The whistleblower. That is the most important testimony. Why did Schiff lie on the first day of the hearing proceedings into record? Why did he lie into record? A blatant lie that he later covered up as a parody. It was a joke. It was a lie, dude. Come on now, you're only fooling yourself. It was a lie. Schiff said explicitly, oh, you're going to hear Donald Trump say he demanded this 13 times. You're going to hear him say he demanded this, he demanded this, he demanded this. Really? Because in the transcripts that I read, Trump said, I don't want any quid pro quo, but there's corruption over here that I've heard of. I'd like you to look into it, but I don't want any quid pro quo. President Zelensky said there was no quid pro quo. There was no bribery. What is going on here? Are we just so stuck on party lines that we can't see the forest through the trees? Unbelievable. But we kind of knew it was going to happen. They had no choice. The Democrats literally have no choice but to move ahead with it because they're stuck with it. They have painted themselves in a corner. So hopefully now we get a little more discovery and we get a little more facts with the next process. Continuing, the measures, which will most likely be voted on by the full House on Wednesday, were passed by the committee after weeks of damaging testimony about Trump's alleged conduct from past and present diplomats and other government officials, as well as legal scholars. What damaging testimony? It was all fifis, feelings. People's fifis got hurt. They got fired from a job and they were pissed off. They were looking to lash out. That's all I saw. I didn't see any evidence. Where is the evidence? In fact, all the evidence points to the opposite. I'm fact-based. I live here on this place called Earth, in a time called now, in this thing called reality, where we go on facts. We don't go on hearsay or speculation. They asserted the president had improperly withheld security aid to Ukraine for political reasons, including seeking an investigation of the Bidens. Representative Doug Collins of Georgia, the ranking Republican of the Judiciary Committee, said, rather than help Americans move into the future with confidence, Democrats are attempting to kneecap our democracy. Yes, they are. And the whole hearing was so one-sided with the rules and the gaveling down and denying time. And it was a horse and pony show. It was ridiculous. They're telling millions of voters that Democrats will work to overturn the will of the people whenever it conflicts with the will of liberal elites. And they had already said, the Democrats have already said, if Trump, next year, if the impeachment doesn't go through, we'll try to impeach him again and again and again. This is just being used as a political weapon. And it's a dangerous, slippery slope. At what point does impeachment mean something serious? Because right now it doesn't mean anything serious. It's just flippant. The votes on Friday followed 14 hours of debate on Thursday on the articles and amendments offered by Republicans that sought to gut the resolutions. There was no further discussion of the impeachment articles on Friday morning before the two quick roll call votes, which lasted only a few minutes. And I watched the roll call votes this morning, and it was on party lines, and I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be. Lawmakers had expected to cast votes on the measures late Thursday night, but Nadler abruptly recessed the committee, meeting shortly after 11 p.m. Eastern Time, catching Republicans off guard and leaving them outraged at the surprise move. Yes, the Democrats are doing everything they can to impeach him at all costs, regardless of evidence, regardless of anything. For Democrats, the vote was an expression of their belief that Trump had engaged in conduct that must be punished. Representative Karen Bass, a member of the committee, tweeted after the vote that it showed no one is above the law. But what did he do? I don't understand. You need to be a little clearer then, maybe, if you believe he did something, because all I see is he gave them money and he said, hey, you know what, there's some corruption going on over there. I want you to look into it, but I'm still going to give you the money. Okay. I don't understand. Most American people are watching this saying, what? And the impeachment has only raised Trump's numbers. What are you doing, Democrats? I'm a registered Democrat. I would love for the Democrats to come back down to earth. I would love to be able to have the Democrats be a party that I can look at and be like, well, maybe I will vote for them. Maybe I like their policies. But right now, I don't. That's why middle America, the moderates, are all going Republican because of this crap. Representative Jamie Raskin, a constitutional law and election law professor for nearly 3 decades, said more public engagement is needed to help convince the GOP-controlled Senate that Trump should be removed from office. You're not going to convince them. The reason that the framers of the Constitution made impeachment a matter of legislative jurisdiction rather than within the court is because they understood that there would be a public opinion. Yes! And public opinion is against the Democrats and continuing to slide more and more and more against the Democrats. The harder they push, the more the people are looking at them like, this is crazy. The Steele dossier is complete bullshit, and the Democrats touted it as this, wow, look at this! And it's bullshit. So we need an engaged public to deal with the president's crimes, to confront the reality of the president's misconduct. But what misconduct? What misconduct? I'm going to skip down to the Republican quote. This is an outrage, Louis Gohmert, Texas, said after the impeachment vote Friday. It sets the bar for any president in any party for the future to go through 3 years of hell like this president has. Yeah, it does. It's a slippery road. You're using it as a political battering ram. That's all the Democrats are doing. Debbie Lesko said, this is really a travesty for America, and it's really tearing America apart. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have never in my entire life seen such an unfair, rigged railroad job against the President of the United States. They predetermined they were going to do it, and they did it. Come hell or high water. That's right. On Thursday night, Nadler said the committee would vote Friday morning in an effort to give lawmakers time overnight to contemplate how they plan to vote on such an important measure. Democrats also said the vote was so significant it should take place during daylight hours when more people are likely to be watching. But then they hamstrung and they changed the time. They came up with a surprise time for the vote. Everything in this does not smell right. Am I alone in this? Does anybody else see that this doesn't seem right? I don't care who the president is. It's rule of law, equal application, getting rid of your partisan lines and saying, looking at something objectively. In the next step, a Senate trial about whether to convict Trump and remove him from office will be held, most likely beginning in early January. It is unclear how long the trial will last. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican, told Sean Hannity on Fox News on Thursday night that there was No chance Trump would be convicted in the Senate, which would require a 2/3 vote. No, and there isn't. He's not going to be convicted. It won't happen. It won't happen. The case is so darn weak coming from the House, we know how it's going to end, McConnell said. There's no chance the president is going to be removed from office. My hope is that there won't be a single Republican who votes for either of these articles of impeachment. And Sean, it wouldn't surprise me if we got 1 or 2 Democrats. No, I believe they're going to get a few Democrats. I believe there are a few Democrats who are looking at their constituents, and their constituents are saying, hey, what in the hell is going on? And they see that they're losing moderate America. The centrists are getting lost by the Democrats because of this stupid dog and pony show. Evidence, 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 evidence. We cannot go on fifis. Your feelings have no place in this. Take your feelings and put them to the side. They don't belong here. Logic and reason and looking in from a different perspective and saying, okay, what do the facts say? I don't care about feelings. I don't care if someone says, well, I feel like this. I don't care. Feelings have nothing in it. It's fact. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Give me a like, comment, and subscribe. Something. Some sort of engagement. YouTube hates me, so they're trying to kill this channel, but I don't care. I'm still going to upload my opinions and news as I see fit. So stick with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Peace.